Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new episode of NASCAR Heat 5 Volume 2 Career Mode here on the channel. Today we have the regular season finale here at Daytona, where we enter 3 points below the cutoff to make the 16 driver playoff grid, and we're fighting Alex Bowman for those 3 points to make it in here tonight in the Coke Zero 400. It's going to be a difficult one. I didn't bother qualifying because we know we would qualify last, so we're not wasting any time. We're jumping straight into this race here, starting from that 40th position. Some work to do, like we said, especially with Alex Bowman being who we have to go up against to make it into the final position in the playoffs. It's not what we wanted to see, because Hendrick Motorsports is always so strong when it comes to plate racing, and you see right off the bat William Byron, a Hendrick Motorsports car, is actually on the pole for this race here. So we know Hendrick Motorsports, they're going to have quite a bit of speed in this race, and hopefully though we are able to take Bowman out of that 16th and final spot in the playoffs and put our Mickey Mouse Clubhouse number 27 car in victory lane here today. Specifically, yes, we are running a Mickey Mouse Clubhouse car. It was made by Riley in my Discord, so massive shout out to Riley. You're looking for a Mickey win here in Daytona to put us in the playoffs. We are underway for this regular season finale. Absolutely crucial start to this race. Stage 1, Stage 2 points are handed out for the top 10 finishers. So Alex Bowman being up towards the front already is a bit of a disadvantage. He could increase that point gap from 3 points to maybe even 10 plus points, which would not be good for us whatsoever. But we do know it's Daytona. Positions can shuffle around like crazy, but like I said, this opening start crucial for us to try and get a car behind us, because when we're in a 4-star Richard Childress racing car, it is very, very difficult here to hold onto the slipstream when there's nobody behind you as like a support car. So right now I don't have a support car, so I was kind of getting aggressive here on side drafting here, and we got a Rick Ware racing car in the number 52 of Josh Balicki there to our outside. Not even able to pass a Rick Ware racing car right there, as we're going to settle in currently behind Jimmy Hill, but you see me jump up to the top hoping I could take some momentum, but just nothing forming at this point. But there's a lot of time to go here, 11 laps in stage 1, so I wasn't hitting no panic button. There's no point in panicking in this race. The task is pretty straightforward. As of right now, at least, we need to beat Alex Bowman by 4 positions there to get in and 3 to tie. But we started to actually finally get to the back of some cars here now as we came through to lap 4. Joey Logano surprisingly still here at the back of the grid, but actually we get ahead of him and we make up a couple of positions. So finally on lap 4 we are able to get some of those support cars behind us. So now I feel safe. I'm now safe and sound, and I'm ready to be able to get the elbows out a little bit more, because now we know we're not going to risk losing the draft here and losing connection with this main pack of cars. So you're going to see myself trying to work on our way forward, and I was surrounded by Rick Ware racing cars. I don't know how many Rick Ware racing cars in the field, but when you're in the back at 30th on down, it's just like there's a Rick Ware racing car everywhere you look here now, as we are all over the back of that number 7 of Corey LaJoie, pushing him, trying to push him past Ryan Newman here now in that beautiful Coca-Cola number 6 machine. By the way, what an awesome livery on that car. As we head down into turn 1, we're going to be 3 wide here with Ryan Newman, as well as that 43 of our rival, by the way, of Eric Jones. Perfect place to catch Eric Jones with a car in between himself and I, and we're able to get ahead of him, and hopefully that's the last time tonight that we see that number 43 of Eric Jones, and we don't have to worry about him throughout the remainder of this event here on this Coke Zero 400 alongside Kyle Busch as well. But as the laps are going on, an aggressive move to the inside of LaJoie, but we're continuing to gain a few positions here and there per lap. But unfortunately for me, we're not anywhere close to a top 10 halfway through this stage. And well, guess who is in the top 10? This is not good for us. Alex Bowman is inside the top 10, and even worse, not only is he inside the top 10, but he is continuing to move forward as these laps go on, just like I am. I'm getting closer and closer to a top 10, but by the math and the way this car was going throughout the field, I didn't think we would get to a top 10 here before this first stage comes to a close. And of course a caution at this point would end it anyways here now. But Alex Bowman, actually, he was up towards the top 5. Even worse for myself here, he got up to 2nd place with 2 laps to go in stage 1. Nearly a worst case scenario developing here for the points situation in this regular season finale. I got help from behind with the 77 of Justin Haley, and we're in behind McLeod. I didn't want to take a 3 wide here. I didn't feel like it would benefit me whatsoever there. I would actually lose up more, so I stayed in behind him. If we play our cards right here on this final lap of stage 1, there is a possibility we get stage points. Alex Bowman, he's still up there in the top 5. We're behind McLeod, who's 3 wide, with Chase Elliott, as well as the 42 of Ross Chastain here now, as we're going to look to the inside of that number 9 and actually look at the loss of momentum for Chase Elliott in that number 9 car here. So up to P15, and this time I decided, you know what, let's just not ride around on the bottom. Let's just go anywhere we can. at this point if we see an opportunity. So we get past that 78 of McLeod as we head down this back straightaway towards turn 3 to the outside of Almirola to the back of Kurt Busch, but we kind of get boxed in here. Alex Bowman actually is up on the outside lane, leading the outside lane there. He drops down to 3rd, maybe even 4th by the time they come to the line. Any position he loses is better for us because we're not going to get stage points here as we come down this front straightaway into this tri-oval. So we cross the line. It's going to be P15 here in stage 1, which is a solid drive in this first stage considering we started dead last. I was pretty happy with that, but what I was not thrilled with was Alex Bowman getting 3rd in the stage, picking up 8 points as we all would come into the pit lane, take fuel as well as tires. But obviously that puts us into a position where we came into this race 3 points below. Add 8 to that, we're now 11 points out of the playoffs starting stage 2. And to start stage 2, we get the glitch where the car does not go on the restart because we were all over the back, or someone was on the back of us, I think it was. We had a draft partner, I can't remember, there at the end of stage 1. But however, the car doesn't go, so now we are slowly crawling up to speed. And all of the progress we just gained going from 40th to 15th in stage 1, well, we're going to lose pretty well half of that here, down to 23rd, maybe 24th, 25th by the time this outside line gets up to speed. So we got some work to do, but what we're going to do here from Daytona in stage 2 is it is time to get amped. Turn up the volume. Our chances of stage points dwindling here, 8 laps to go, P26, hoping for a bit of a miracle, and that miracle being Alex Bowman falling out of the top 10. Well, guess what? You can see a car in the distance, 3 wide on the outside all by themselves. It was Alex Bowman. Perfect case scenario for us right there. However, we were in this middle of the pack really struggling to go anywhere because there's a lot of just not organization going on. So Kyle Larson, he was helping me, but we would get disconnected. A caution, though, comes out here around the midway point of stage 2, so I didn't see a replay of what actually happened, but however, that's an opportunity for us to get grouped back together, once again reorganize and get an opportunity here. But the next problem is there's only 3 laps to go in stage 2, and you guys remember back to stage 1, when we had 3 laps to go in stage 1, we weren't able to make a lot of headway, and here we are going to spend half of this lap getting up to pace. So a top 10 again in stage 2 looking unlikely when we have an opportunity to gain some crucial points on Alex Bowman. 11 points below the cut line for that final spot in the playoffs is what it's going to look like going into stage 3. I see Alex Bowman ahead of us. I get to the inside of Alfredo, but thankfully Alex Bowman is not in stage points paying positions right now, so this is going to be an opportunity for us because I knew at this point we're not going to get stage points, I don't think, here as we approach this final lap of stage 2. Now to the back of that number 11 of Denny Hamlin, white flag in the air in stage 2 at this point. To the inside here, we're going to make it 3 wide with Alex Bowman as well as Hamlin. We got to try and put Bowman in a very just awkward position and really put him at a disadvantage. I'm not only racing to try and maybe win this race now, but I'm also trying to put Alex Bowman in a position where he doesn't want to be as well. And it looked like it worked a little bit right there, and all of a sudden we are in the mix for a stage point here. We're going to go 3 wide up the inside of the number 1 of Kurt Busch as we head down into turn 3. It looks like it's going to be Austin Dillon who's going to win the stage at the moment here. Now 3 wide through the center of 3 and 4, and here we go closing in on stage points. Blaney and Chastain just in front of us, but we lose the momentum right here on the exit of turn 4, and it's not going to be enough for stage points now as we're going to come through the tri-oval to cross the line just short of some stage points there, P12. So that means we are going to have our back against the wall going into this final stage of the regular season. 11 points below the cut line. So we need to beat Bowman by 11 positions to tie, but we do not want to tie. I don't know who would win the tiebreaker here. However, what we want is, of course, a 12 position advantage over Alex Bowman by the time this race is over, or we are going to have to win this race, of course, if that is not the situation we find ourselves in here now, as we are back underway for the start of now Stage 3. 13 laps to go in this Daytona regular season finale, and this Coke 0400 are back against the wall. Can we make it happen? Ross Chastain, of all people, getting aggressive, going 3 wide in the middle. I'm going to join Chastain here as well, as we head down into turn 1, 3 wide in the middle between Blaney as well as Matt DiBenedetto, who is in this playoff fight throughout the mid portion of the season, but now finds himself in a must-win scenario to get back in this playoff here now, and he is not going to make it easy on me, side drafting us a little bit here. 3 wide in the middle, down this back straightaway. Hamlin behind us to come through with some help, hopefully. There you see Chastain now to the inside of that number 9 of Chase Elliott here. Now I'm trying to fill that gap there so Elliott can't jump down in front of me and stall my momentum there. Some contact actually with the 9 car now, and here comes Alex Bowman in my rear view mirror now. What I wanted to see, I forced the issue on Chastain. I slip up his inside, but Alex Bowman is to my inside and he's passing us, so it's just worst case scenario so far here. Right now we are well out of the playoffs, as well as Bowman gets ahead of us. It's 12 points now. We are 12 points below this cut line. In every position we lose now 13 points, 14 points as well, as we're finally going to get an opportunity there to slide down to the inside. So now we can hit the reset, get the elbows out, get aggressive. That's the second time tonight here that I kind of caught Anthony Alfredo off guard and slipped up his inside now, but he's going to have enough slipstream to nearly pull himself back out in front of me, but I use that slipstream up to 48 to pull myself back alongside here as we head down into turn 3. Austin Dillon, your stage 2 winner, our RCR teammate, continues to lead the way. He's locked into the playoffs. So is our teammate Tyler Reddick, who got a win at Sonoma Raceway earlier this season. However, Austin Dillon locked in just on points here now. We're trying to make it all of Richard Childress Racing in the playoffs here tonight in Daytona, but our path to this playoff is going to be a little bit more difficult here, but this is where it kicks off. We take it 3 wide with Alex Bowman as we head down into turn 1, and can we clear that Ally Financial Chevrolet? Yes, we do, and we compromise him a little bit now. He's to the outside. Perfect case scenario right there. We have to attack on this opportunity, get the elbows out, get aggressive. 3 wide up the inside of Haley, as well as Martin Truex Jr. here as we come through 3 and out of turn 4 down this front straightaway. Dillon continues to lead the way in what has been a career season for him. He's in the top 15 in points. When have we ever seen Austin Dillon run mediocre at best? I mean, I don't think we ever have now, as we continue to look up the inside of that 77 of Haley as we exit turn 2 and up to P6 we go. It's not going to cut it, as you're going to see me quite often here over the next little bit with 10 laps to go, looking behind me, trying to see what's going on with that 48 of Alex Bowman. Where is he? Well, he was able to get down to the inside here, and he was going to start making some headway forward, but here we are now passing Matt DiBenedetto for 3rd place. We would then run down BJ McLeod there in 2nd, who's behind our teammate of Austin Dillon. You see me looking behind a lot. Bowman on the inside line now. He was able to get down from the outside, and he is moving forward, so we know at this moment here, as we make a move to the inside of McLeod for 2nd place, it is now a must win to get in the playoffs, because Bowman is not far back enough for us to point our way in with a 2nd place finish. We haven't won a race whatsoever in our rookie season here, and now here we are with our back against the wall with Bowman running well enough. You can see him right there behind us. We have to win. That's our only option here, unless something crazy happens to that number 48. So here we are all over the back of Austin Dillon, but I realize it's going to be a lot more difficult than it looks, because I couldn't get any closer than this right here. This was like a bubble or a barrier between myself and Austin Dillon. I couldn't get any closer than this. With 6 laps to go, what do? So I decided actually we're going to back up the car. I'm going to back up to Anthony Alfredo, who we've kind of messed over a couple of times. Now we're going to actually rely on him helping us here. So thankfully he's still willing to help us here. Look at the gap Austin Dillon has. This is a good thing for us here. We're hoping that this momentum that Anthony Alfredo is about to give me with a push is going to allow me to make an unexpected move on that number 3 of Austin Dillon. Look at Bowman. He is right there. Not what we want to see in our rearview mirror whatsoever. Is there a caution coming as well? That's another thing you got to, of course, take into account here before this race comes to a close. Look at Bowman. He's going to move up into 4th place here as we exit turn 2. Alfredo still right behind us. We have a run on the 3 of Austin Dillon. We need to make the move now. It's our only chance potentially here. Alfredo is going to choose to go with us, thankfully, here, and there we go. We get to the inside of that number 3 as we head down into turn 3 side by side for the lead here, and they're going to be crashing in the background. That's Garrett Smidley in the very back, who Who has the lead at the time of the caution? This could be season changing. We have the lead when the caution came out here. And there you see a replay of what happened. Smithley just simply goes around, loses a tire, a couple of cars collected, but not a big accident. Look how close it was. This was the timing of the caution. We take the lead right here, and the caution comes out immediately. If we were second when that caution comes out, our season probably comes to an end because there's no way we're going to win from the outside. Our playoff hopes are going to be decided in our own control in overtime here in this regular season finale in Daytona. Alex Bowman is 4th place. That is good for us. He's on the outside in row number 2. Austin Dillon doesn't get a good restart. We are clear for the lead, looking for a first Cup Series win, and where we might have to get our first Cup Series win. If Alex Bowman is able to get down to that inside line before the final lap, then for sure we are in a must-win scenario. If he stays up top, we might be able to point our way in even if we drop down to 2nd place. So I was dictating on how aggressive I was going to be here on the blocking based off of what happens to that number 48 Ally Financial Chevrolet here. Ricky Santos Jr. right behind me as well, but then all of a sudden I realized every single car around us is in a must-win situation to get in the playoffs, so therefore we can't point our way in right now, because if any of these guys beat us, Stenhouse, Briscoe, they all win themselves into the playoffs. And look at the gap we just built up. This is worst case scenario here for us in leading. Coming to the final lap of this race, Alex Bowman, he's able to get down to the inside, so that issue has been resolved there. We know we have to win anyways. White flag in there. Look at the run. We block the 14. We switch back to the inside. We continue to go back and forth like a seesaw here, blocking the 47 of Stenhouse, blocking the 14 of Briscoe, who has another run to the outside. I cover him off there. Now we drop down again to the inside and cover up that number 47 Kroger machine, and we continue to try and balance it out here. As long as they're not 3 wide, we can make this happen. Half a lap to go here in the Daytona Coke 0400 regular season finale. Bowman there on the inside, knowing his playoff hopes are dwindling here now as he's trying to get up there as we continue to block through 3 and 4. Not enough of a run from Briscoe at this moment here. We continue to cover them off to perfection here as we exit turn 4. Here comes a huge run 3 wide on the outside. Justin Haley with help from, I believe that's Joey Logano or Matt Benedetto to the line. We're going to hang on. We get our first win in the NASCAR Cup Series. Thank goodness this wasn't Talladega, because that 77 had a massive run with help from the 21 of Matt Benedetto. We win for the first time in our Cup Series career. An absolute clutch moment right there. I mean, what better moment could you ask to get our first win in the Cup Series when our bank was against the wall and our only option to get in on that final lap was win, because literally every single car there in like the top 6 or 7 was all in a must-win situation to get into the playoffs. I mean, it came down to the wire. There you see it. Every single car in the top 10 actually was looking to win to get in the playoffs. I mean, that's insane. Not a single repeat winner there in the top 10, which is pretty crazy. Unfortunately, though, we were the one that came out on top of that. So now we go from not sure if we're going to be in the playoffs or not to now we're going to be fighting for a championship. Now in a 4-star Richard Childress Racing car, you know, we're not expecting to win a championship, but if I can make it to the round of 12, I'd be pretty happy. If I can make it to the round of 8, I'd be ecstatic here. It's going to be difficult because we have tracks like kicking off the playoffs here, Darlington. But you see that playoff grid right there with Denny Hamlin, Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch, Keselowski, Blaney, Logano, Kyle Larson, who still hasn't won yet this season. We've now won more races than Kyle Larson, Kurt Busch, Chase Elliott, Reddick, Byron, and then myself right there. And then as well, you got Truex, Christopher Bell, Bubba Wallace, and Austin Dillon. They're all fighting for a championship. As always, if you guys enjoyed, what a regular season it was, and we finally clutch up at the right time. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Those would all be so appreciated. I'll see you guys in the next one at Darlington for the start of our playoff run. Have a great day, everybody.